Hello everybody, so this is going to be a video about how you don't have to always use Selenium if you get backed into a corner when web scraping. So what we're going to look at is this post on Stackoverflow. We're going to look at the problem, and let's just read this here. So we've got, from a given selection of web pages, I'm trying to extract links from a table conditional on the document type, information being something specific. For example, on this website, I only want to get the href if the document type is technical assistance reports. So when I use Google to inspect it, okay, so when I use Beautiful Soup, I can find the href, but unable to find the text that says technical assistance reports. And by what accounts, the technical assistance reports are in a table, and they have TAR in the name. So one solution said you could try retrieving the HTML with Selenium. Whenever I see that word Selenium, I always think, how can I do the same thing but not use Selenium? And it's not because I'm biased, it's just because it's not necessarily the correct tool for the job. So let's look at how we could solve this without using Selenium. Okay, so this is the link that I've gone to, which was from here. And the initial code was using request, which is fine. So we've got technical assistance reports here, and we've got a link. We really wouldn't want to be using Selenium to do this unless we really had to. So as you can see, when I hover over the link in the bottom left corner, it's got a preview of the link, and it's got -TAR on the end. That's not a tape archive file, it's just technical assistance report in the extension. So it wasn't just this one, there's an unlimited number of them, and it's in the projects directory preceded with a number. So obviously, if you click on it, then you would have to then come here and then download it from there. Link documents. I'll download from there. So you'd have to do this navigation. You'd have to navigate to this page and then click on the download link. So instead, what I thought was modify that URL just with sitemap.xml, and just out of curiosity, see if we can access a list of all of the pages on the site. Just bear with me, this is not amazingly quick. Still loading. But we only have to do this once. This isn't anything we'd need to repeat. And here we go. So we've got a sitemap with all of, so there's actually two sitemaps. There's page 1, which goes up to 49,999. And then obviously as time goes by, then sitemap 2 will have from 50,000 onwards. So potentially we might need to go up and look for sitemap 3 and sitemap 4 one day. But judging by the dates of these date back several years, 4 years at least. So if we look for Control F, TAR, and we're looking for TAR on the end of a line, and there we go. So we've got, let's click on that. And then we've got download. So if we just see what the difference is between, now after a lot of or a bit of consideration and looking at some of the answers which were saying use Selenium, I thought, well, there's always a better way to do something, nearly always a better way to do something than to use Selenium. And cut a long story short, I found this, and I'm very impressed with it. It saves a lot of time because you can pick out a XML file. So most sites have XML files for Google to crawl, obviously. So if you can get the XML file, you can parse it using advertools. So pip install advertools. And there's a very nice feature which is, let me just find it again on the, oh, I'm not going to find it. What I'm going to show you is my solution anyway. So let's have a look at what I've been able to do using advertools. Okay, so first thing is import Pandas as PD, then import advertools as ADV. First thing to do is get the sitemap.xml, and there's a feature with advertools which is called sitemap2df, or with the underscores, sitemap_2_df. And what you do is you read the sitemap into a Pandas, what's effectively a Pandas data frame. Once you've got it as a Pandas data frame, you can then search on the phrase that you want. Now the TAR, don't mix that up with TAR for tape archive. This was something report, forget what it was again. Technical assistance report. And as you can see, I was looking in browser tools and so on, but there's no need for any of that because you can just sitemap straight to Pandas data frame. You've got this Pandas data frame, then you can filter it. So I'm filtering it on TAR. So I've got all of these URLs. Just do head for 10 to show the first 10. And then what I did was I identified that the link that we've manually extracted, so from manually visiting the page, you find that you get a download link. So this page was in the XML, was one of the 49,999 links in the XML file. So download, if I inspect that, and yeah, there you can see the file structure. So default site / default / files / project documents, and then we've got that's an ID number 502666, and then it's 50266-001 tar en pdf. So what I did was I copied that same structure. So I picked this one. Sorry, I picked that one. And sorry, I picked 50266. I copied that, and then all I did was I modified the 50266, and I replaced it with 52257 and 52257 there, and then boom, visited it, and you've got the technical assistance report for 52257. So what you would need to do is, further on than this, you would just need to use Python to strip. Sorry, you'd need to use Python to, you may need to use regular expressions, but you could probably just use slice, and you could slice on the hyphens. And if you sliced on the hyphens, hopefully that would just give you a list, and then you could index it, and then you could pick out the 50266, 52257, 52284. In fact, let me just show you that. So let's just add another cell, and then we can say something like, we say URL equals, and then x equals URL dot split, and then we specify that we split it on, and if you're observant, you'll know that it's not in quotes. So let's run that again because it needs to be a string. And there we go. So we've converted the URL into a list, and then we could, if we want, we could say x equals x1. And again, we could split it on, you could use regular expressions for this as well, but and then we could split it on that, and then we could say 1. Let's see what we've got there. There we go. So you would then have, you can split it on the hyphen, then you can split it on the forward slash as, the forward slashes, and then you've got your number, and then you can reconstruct the URL that you need, and then put those back in, because obviously that section of the URL structure will always be the same. So then you just put back in this number followed by that number again with a -001 tar.en.pdf. So that should work for, I'm not going to test it on all 50,000 or 49,999. In fact, not all of those are PDFs, but yeah, as you can see, actually there's only, it took me, I had to go up to line 391 in the XML file just to get 10. So there's probably not too many, but even so, I don't want to compromise the site for the person who actually needs to use it. So there we go. That was a quick example, quick overview of using advertools. So advertools, and then if you go to read the docs, download homepage, etc., and there we see README, and it tells you about some other tools where you've got sitemaps downloader parser, robots.txt downloader, content analysis tool, so you can do count words, URL analysis, emoji, produced with one click, extremely impressive, highly diverse, very popular. It's important to capture what people are trying to communicate with emoji. Extract an emoji, get their names, groups, okay, so kind of sentiment analysis using emojis. Tutorial on DataCamp for creating the word frequency function, text analysis. Let's have a look at that on DataCamp. Check what's trending on Twitter, analyzing 131,000 tweets. Go, if you want the code or to check his code, then Elias Dabas. I don't know who he works for. Good man though, it's some great software. Media Supermarket, dashboard.com, dashboardom.com. There we go. So, hope this has been interesting. Advertools. Check out Advertools, and don't forget, use sitemaps where possible, and don't use Selenium. Please don't use Selenium. Thanks for watching.